And now let's break down our breaking story of the day and discuss the latest coming from Valkyrie Investments and their prediction of when a spot ETF is likely to finally get approved in the United States, along with the Bitcoin price 10xing as a result, which would take the Bitcoin price above and beyond $250,000 per coin. And then we'll dive into our live Q&A. So here we go. In a new interview with Bloomberg, Stephen McClurg, the CIO of Valkyrie Investments, predicts that a Bitcoin spot ETF could become a reality by Q1 of 2024, potentially marking a significant milestone for the entire crypto industry. Let's freaking go. Further, he indicated there is a 50% chance a Bitcoin ETF is approved in October. Now, the earliest that such a fund could pass evaluation by the SEC. So that means he's saying there's a 50% chance of approval still this year. Other ETF experts, including Eric Balchunas, the ETF analyst over at Bloomberg, he still gives this year a 75% chance of approval, same date, sometime around October. However, he also says, the caveat, if it doesn't get approved before the end of this year, then he says 95% approval possibility in 2024, which is almost a sure thing. Also, keep in mind, BlackRock's track record is 575 to 1, meaning they have gotten over 570 ETFs approved by the SEC, with the SEC only denying them one time. So you already know the ETF will get approved. Even Jay Clayton, the former chairman of the SEC, who before Gary Gensler took his place, now he is out there saying that it's inevitable and only a matter of time, ultimately meaning they can't continue to push it back and delay it forever. They're going to eventually have to accept some responsibility because, as we all know, they've been delaying these ETF apps for the United States for the past decade. The first one was actually submitted by the Winklevoss twins for the Gemini exchange over a decade ago, and they've been denying them ever since. However, they've been allowing futures ETFs, which gives them rooms to maneuver and manipulate the market, which we all know. But we want what's in the best interest of the investors, and that's a spot ETF here finally in the United States. Back to the story. Elsewhere, the discussion revolved around the ongoing efforts by several financial institutions and asset managers to launch a Bitcoin ETF in the United States. And while Canada and other countries have already embraced crypto ETFs, the United States has been slower to approve such products, primarily due to regulatory concerns and, like I said, price manipulation. McClurg believes that the growing acceptance of the understanding of crypto among regulators and institutional investors will pave the way for a Bitcoin spot ETF in the near future. He points out that the SEC has been actively engaging within the crypto industry to establish clear guidelines for these financial products. That's right, the potential approval of a Bitcoin spot ETF could open the doors for a broader range of investors to gain exposure to the world's largest cryptocurrency, which is BTC. Now, currently, U.S. investors can access Bitcoin through various investment trusts and futures contracts, but a spot ETF would provide a more direct and convenient investment vehicle. Now, McClurg predicted that the market for Bitcoin could 10x on the back of institutional investment from pension funds and other professional money managers. So let's freaking go. Let's get this ETF finally approved, shall we? The interview also touched on the broader implications of a Bitcoin spot ETF. It can potentially attract more institutional money into the market, driving liquidity. You're damn straight, because there's trillions in institutional money sitting on the sidelines. However, McClurg acknowledges that regulatory hurdles must be cleared before Bitcoin spot ETF can finally become a reality. The SEC has expressed concerns about market manipulation, custodial solutions, as well as investor protection. Valkyrie is one of 10 firms that have currently filed with the SEC for Bitcoin ETF. So there you have it. Do you think this Bitcoin ETF will finally be approved? And which asset manager do you think will get that green light first? I'd say the top contenders right now, BlackRock being the largest asset manager in the world. Rumor has it they control over 10 trillion in assets under management. And then we also have the likes of Fidelity. We have ARC21 shares, which is Cathie Wood's company. Cathie Wood says she's first in line. We still have, the Winklevoss twins with Gemini. And like I said, a dozen or so other major firms that are looking to get this ETF rolling. And once one gets approved, it can spark a domino effect of multiple ETFs being approved, because they're not supposed to just side with one. That's kind of like being, what's the term, prejudice against the other. So what if all this competition comes in for the institutions? It's a pretty big deal. So as the Valkyrie CIO predicts, this can send the Bitcoin price parabolic on a factor of 10x easy, just like that.